Let's talk a little bit about this deck. Because I have tried to make Fynn work like over and over, time and time again, and he always disappoints me. But I'm never going to give him up, right? Never going to give up Fynn. But we're no strangers to Fynn. We know the rules, and so do I. It's a bad card. Sorry to rickroll you there. But one card that made me excited to play this deck again, and there's really only one new card in this whole deck. Well, I guess for Swarm Paladin counts, right? But Thieves' Tools made me kind of excited to try this deck again. Because all of the important creatures, save for maybe a Vampire or a Nighthawk, I always want to say Vampire Nighthawk, save for Nighthawk Scavenger, all the important creatures are 3 power or less. So all of our Death Touch guys go unblocked, or at least one of our Death Touch guys goes unblocked with a Fynn on the table, and that's kind of nice. Plus we just get a free treasure token when we play this. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, right? So I'll take a treasure token. But, I want to see if maybe having a thing that makes our dudes unblockable will help Fynn actually close games, because that's what it has a problem with. But we still have some pretty good Death Touch dudes, right? We got Vargoth in here to tutor for stuff, and that's really good with Thieves' Tools, right? Because this will basically guaranteed get through for damage. It doesn't have to get through for damage, but making sure that it's unblocked will help it stick around, right? Like sometimes you just run your Vargoth into combat, boast it to get the card on top of your library, and it dies in combat. Always take something out with it, so that's nice, but it doesn't always take something out with it. There's like Seasoned Hallowed Blades in current standard, but we don't have those to worry about in 2022, so maybe that matters. There's no dogs to make things indestructible, so Death Touch seems like just a better, like a more fair ability in general because of some of the things Mono White loses. But aside from that, Vargoth, just sweet with Thieves' Tools because, again, Tools makes him go through unblocked, and that makes sure that he boasts more often instead of the sacrificial boast that you normally do with Vari. Aside from that, Nighthawk Scavenger can get a Thieves' Tools on it if it's small enough, right? But really, you want this to be like 5 power. This is one of your closers, and it flies, so it's real easy to get in for combat damage, get those poison counters. But it can just win the game even if you don't have a Fynn on the table, right? Usually gets bigger the longer the game goes on. Sweet top deck. Just a good card. Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This is not a Death Touch guy, but what we need to do is draw cards. This deck enters top deck mode like fast. This deck enters top deck mode super quickly most of the time. And then it just doesn't have any gas. So Toski's just gas, and it's really good with Thieves' Tools. Again, this is more of a Thieves' Tools deck than a Fynn deck, right? But as long as we have at least one, a Thieves' Tools on one thing, we draw a free card every turn. And sometimes we even put it on the Toski because he has to attack, right? So that's not so bad, but there's also a single copy of Forsworn Paladin. This doesn't have Death Touch, but can grant Death Touch. It makes treasure tokens. It can use the treasure token from Thieves' Tools to give something Death Touch if it doesn't already have it, like, for instance, Toski. There's also Tajiri Blight Blade, which isn't a great card, but it's a 1/1. It's a 1/1 Death Touch for 1. That's good enough. Blizzard Brawl and Inscription of Abundance are the 2 best fight effects that we can play, but Inscription is really good. The problem with Inscription is that it's just a fight effect, so sometimes our guy dies too. That kind of sucks, but if we have the mana for it, we can put counters on a thing. Sometimes, I've even used the +1/+1 counter ability on this in other decks. I haven't played with this deck yet. But in other decks, I've used the 2 mana for 2 +1/+1 counters ability in combat a lot to just blow people out without even having to fight. But if you do have 5 mana, 2 counters in a fight is really good. It's so good. And sometimes the middle mode isn't great, but occasionally you gain like 5 from a Nighthawk Scavenger. So the middle mode is kind of whatever, but the other 2 modes on this card, 1 and 3, are so good in this deck they have to be in. Aside from that, that's the deck. So I guess we should probably play some games. I'm excited for Innistrad. Yeah, dude, I'm super stoked. I was just saying, like, I can't wait for Werewolves. How much you want to bet that deck wins the Patreon poll? It's the first deck of the season. Paladin into Tools into Vargoth sounds fine. I really wish we were on the play, but, can't have it all. Jaspera. Paladin. How you like that? We're just palling around. Jaspera Sentinel's actually, it's always concerning to see on turn 1, especially into an Innkeeper. They get a 2-drop if they want it. Pretty sick stuff, dude. I've advocated for this exact line a lot. It's an eye twitch. All right. Good stuff, kid. Good stuff. I like to see it. Tools. Yeah, it's Tools. Opponent. Hey? You go ahead, bud. It's fine. It's whatevs. Man. You can't block it. Opponent's like, what? Trying to... What happened there is they drew the line, the blocking line to it, and then it said insufficient blockers, and they're like, oh. Witherbloom Apprentice. Man, opponent getting set up. Sick. They only have 2 cards left, though, but it's enough to do some pretty gross stuff. So you gotta watch out. Apprentice is a good card, man. See if they got the God Start here. They could play Dina. They could play Sedgemoor if they wanted. They're going to Rights the Eye Twitch, get some sweet card advantage here. That was them tapping the Eye Twitch and the Despair Sentinel. Ah, they got a Necrotic Fumes. Okay. Play another Sentinel. Sweet. The deck just rocking and rolling over here. Take our shot. Okay, so we could Binding a thing. I guess we could Binding the Witherbloom Apprentice if we wanted. Opponent now reading our Forsworn Paladin. They do have 2 blockers, but we could take them both out if they blocked. So that's, well, no, we could take out one. Would be the Apprentice. I think we probably just go Vargoth here, but then does Vargoth just get Necrotic Fumes? So is that like not the right play, you know? I guess I could Binding, then we still have like Vargoth into Inscription, but that would take more lands than we actually have. So that's a problem. I don't necessarily want them to have the Apprentice, though. I think that's a little dangerous for when, like, Plumb the Forbidden happens. And they have set up a really good Plumb, so... Make sure they don't get rewarded so much for it. There's a 3rd Sentinel in 12 cards. Opponent still has 5 mana, 6 effectively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Looks like they're trying to cast Fumes here. If they use Fumes on our Paladin or something, then that's awesome. Sweet. Super sweet, dude. After all that, we're only at 16. It's a good feeling. I got a feeling that I wish I still had that treasure. So I could kill something this turn, but that's fine. I think our opponent's starting to run out of gas here. But famous last words and all that. There we go. Just in case that bothered you. What you doing? Got yourself a black mana. You're casting Plumb. Yeah, you wouldn't tap it that way unless you're casting Plumb. They draw 2. That seems out of desperation a little. Here comes Witch. We can kill that. We can kill that. We can really kill that. We'll have to take 3 to do it, but I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care at all. We can also just get whatever card in our deck we wanted for free, guaranteed. It's a pretty interesting proposition, I guess, but... To do this pre-combat... And yes, I'm sure. I'll go to 13. Bang. And I guess we can still try and get in here. Is it worth? Yeah. Yeah. I figured they might just take the shot. Sucks we can't boast, but whatever. It's fine. Innkeeper. Aside from that, they have a swamp, so... We got him on the ropes! Bang him. Put us at 11, which isn't necessarily a high life total. You know, but... We can Toski. That kind of keeps him from attacking next turn. Sort of. Black lets a... Well... Yeah. I thought about play tools, use treasure to equip tools. To go ahead and have a second tools on the battlefield. But, like, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. It's like this way I could have boasted. If I hadn't equipped tools, I could have boasted. But... Again, I think we're fine. Although that would have been powerful. That would have been a powerful play to boast there, I think. Scavenger is a good draw regardless, so whatever. Tools doesn't matter though, so I guess we equip tools to Toski, but we have 3 mana left, so we can, yeah, we can boast, and we have 3 mana left to Scavenger with, so cool. Yeah, should have just boasted. That was a boneheaded play. I forgot that this was so big. They sack the Sentinel. Let's go ahead and draw our card from Toski. It's a Lair of the Hydra. Right, yeah. So let's boast. It really says target player. That's amazing. I could just go get Fynn if I wanted to meme, but I actually think like going and getting Binding is better. Something like that. You also get another Inscription, which is pretty backbreaking. Then we Scavenger. And things are looking okay. I can also just play Lair. Let's do that. Alright. Alright, Lay. Let's go. Yeah, scoop it up. Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good looking game for our deck there, even with... even though I equipped a 4-power creature with Thieves' Tools because I'm dumb. I should have just boasted. But still, game looks pretty good. I'll take it, man. Opponent goes first. It's the 3rd time in a row. We've only played 3 games. This hand is fine. Yeah, I think this hand's fine. Another Varigoth kind of sucks, but whatever. It's cool. Opponent on Innkeeper and green-white snow stuff, so I wonder if this is just life gain. It's often what that's a signpost for. Let's go ahead and tools. This way we can like Scavenger Blizzard Brawl or something next turn. That'll be a pretty sexy play. Opponent on Haven. Oh, Teleportation Circle. Let's give him a nice for that. I do like Teleportation Circle. I like it a lot. Toski is a good draw. Let's run the first Varigoth out. Is this what I want to use this on? I mean, I guess. What else you got in your deck? It's the only removal spell in our hand, you know? Yeah. I'm talking myself out of it, and probably for good reasons, but I'm going to do it anyway. Seeka's Chariot. Okay. I do have a treasure left. Got something to do with it? Oh, portable hull. On the tools. Okay. God. Oh my god. We gotta draw a binding. If we don't draw a binding like now, the game's over. Yikes. Yikes, dude. Yikes. Ouch. Oof. Ah. That sucks. It's like I could have just attacked, sacrificed it, boasted for the binding, but like I'm pretty sure they just get too much value. They just get so much, guys. It hurts. Okay. Super cool. Yikes. It's so many cats. Another Blight Blade, that's funny. Let's get in for a 6-life swing. Draw a card. It's a layer. Let's get that down. Say go. Spirit. They get a snow-covered land for their hand. Dope way to use teleportation circle, huh? Yeah, that's such a dirty combo. Yeah, it is. We are seeing the value, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. I keep coming. Come on. Yeah, all of them. Who cares? Block here, and then Toski's indestructible. Can we race there? No, we can't. What am I thinking? Can we race? No, absolutely not. Okay, Blizzard Brawl. Okay. See what we draw from the scavenger attack. Toski must attack, in case you're wondering. Draw a card. Draw that card that you need. It's an Inscription of Abundance. If we had a 5th mana, that would be much better. Well, let's kill the spirit. I know I want to do that. On the turn. Another Haven. It's like, why do I feel like we're in this? I don't think we actually are. Sculptor of Winter. Okay. You know, here they come. But you're attacking with everything. Huh. That's kind of interesting. It's 14 damage. We could just put the counters on the scavenger, you know? We can just put the counters on the scavenger. We gain 5. See, we're taking 10. We go to 9. We go to 14. We're going to have 7 of these guys again next turn, plus a Sculptor. I think this is right. It's like, I kind of want to use Inscription now, but if I do that, I don't get the removal mode. This is actually really, really tough decision. Because I want the removal mode. But I also want to be able to spend mana like boasting and casting cards that we get off Toski and stuff like that. Nah, I want a removal spell. God, that's so hard. That is a really hard decision. Binding's fine. We finally got the binding. I'm going to play it pretty aggressively here. That's so hard. God, that's hard. I could fight something with Scavenger and then get through for combat damage. That's 6 total life that we gain. I think it's better to gain more life now than more life later. Of course, we are racing. Screw it, dude. I'm giving them another turn with their circle. I'm giving them another turn with their circle. Okay. And then target a creature we control. Let's get Sculptor of Winter as well. So now we gain like 10 life this turn or something. This has to attack. This attacks. Sure. We're at 9. We're at 19. We draw a Scavenger. Okay. There's a chance. There's a chance in this game. There really is. All right. Come with everything. I wonder if that means they drew a creature or if they just plan on activating Haven to block Toski. Or yeah, they get... Dummy. They get 2 creatures right now. Thieves' Tools. If we cast Tools, we have 4 mana, so we can Tools into Binding. Or we can just Scavenger. It's probably better. Let's attack. Get a card. Why is this so hard? I feel like it should be less hard to me than it actually is. Like, this isn't so bad. So now we just survive a turn. That's all we have to do. And we have a lifelink Death Touch guy. Maybe I should have attacked with Varigoth and then dumped the other Varigoth, but we didn't know we had the mana to do that at the time. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and equip. Sorry for the long pause there. But you never know. We might need all of our mana next turn. It looks like we can win the game next turn, but you never know. Yeah, I'm expecting them to come with Haven at some point. They need to do that. Yep, here we go. So if we block here, and then we block here, that's still 14 damage. But we go to 1, don't we? After the lifelink, do we not go to 1? Let's go! Let's go, everybody! We did it! We beat one of the dirtiest combos I've ever seen in my life. Scoop it up, baby! How did we do it? How did we do that? Man, dude. Whew. Nighthawk Scavenger. Nighthawk Scavenger is a hell of a magic card. Toski helped, too. Drawing us those cards. For Sworn Paladin. Although John Morrison in WWE, right now they're calling him America's Moist Wanted. And I think that it's the funniest... it's like the funniest nickname I've ever heard in my life. It's really good. Let's end the turn. They foretell a card with their 2 red mana. I wonder if it's called Dual Strike or something. Let's save Inscription, Dev. I just want to cash in all my best cards like super early. I don't know what's wrong with me. So you're just a 1/3. I don't really care. I guess I'll go Vargoth. See if it soaks up a piece of removal. Probably. Oh, they're going to seize. All right, and they discard Crush the Weak. Seems like a weird discard. Seems like a weird one, it does. It does! All right, so let's... Sorry, everybody. Let's play that. Then let's break on through to the other side. I don't boast, but like, what the hell do we boast for? What in the name of banana nut bread? I guess Binding is always fine. Nighthawk is good. I mean, we just get a Fynn, you know. Toski's good. A lot of good options here, huh? Toski's really good. Toski's so good. Card do we want to draw? The one that makes us draw more cards. I guess I'll just take a Binding for insurance purposes. A lot of kind of tougher decisions to make with this deck than I anticipated, to be honest with you all. get in for the damage first. And then we boast. Is this right, or should we scavenger? 2 cards. It's a 2/3. I think we take the boast. I like Toski. I still like Toski. I like having another scavenger too. Also, kind of really don't mind Fynn, guys. Maybe we just set up for a Fynn here, but I think we can just kill him with combat damage. So I don't really care about poison counters right now. I'm going for the Toski. Let's end the turn. I'm hoping that we can blow out a piece of removal with this inscription, by the way. Unexpected windfall. Here comes a bunch of mana. Goldspan Dragon. Stormkiln Artist. Teach by example. What are you about to cast? Oh no. What kind of wankery is this? Oh no. Oh no. Are you just gonna like shock us to death? What if that is what's happening here? So how many dual strikes do you get? Like 1 billion? You're like 5 dual strikes? What are you doing? What kind of cool thing are you doing? They're gonna see. Oh, they get a buttload of Seize the Spoils. Dual strike. Huh. What are you looking for? What if they're looking for Kazul's Fury? What if they're looking for Kazul's Fury to throw the Stormkiln Artist at us? Wouldn't that be the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? Boy, that's a lot of cards. That's so many cards. Cause see, they copy them, so they just get to keep them all. Valakut Awakening, they get to discard any bad stuff to get good stuff. My god, what a deck. Wow. Wow. Man, they discarded like most of their hand there. So here comes the gas. They still have 11 mana. They're going to wish. They're going to wish and they have 10 mana. Show me the way. This is really cute. There's Crackle. Let's go. Good game. Also, before we get out of here, I want to give you one of these because you deserve it. That was awesome. that was really good. Yeah. Let me get my Alucard on. You're right, Okie Scoop. I'm interested in this. Opponent goes first. 6 out of 7 times. Opponent has gone first. Waffled back and forth there. Do I want the Awakening first turn, or do I want to go ahead and power up Blizzard Brawl as quickly as possible? I think that's the answer. These cards aren't real. They are arena cards. They do exist. At least Raging Goblin exists. But that means we're going to see a bunch of cards that don't. Like a bunch. We're going to see like Trash Master. It's like, it bugs me that these arena-only cards are in Standard 2022 because I'm kind of testing for the next Standard, which these cards will not be a part of. So, it just, I don't know, it bugs the crap out of me, I guess. Pop this for black. Black. Nighthawk Scavenger. Target this, target this. Let's go. Alright. That was well sequenced, I think. I'm pretty sure. Can't believe it's red-white. Is it for, like, Blade Historian? Why would it be for Blade Historian? It could still be mono-red. Javelineer. Opponent has almost emptied their hand. Blight Blade. I guess I'll go Tools into Blight Blade. I think no attacks is right. So we go to 16, but then we take this huge counter. Trash Master. Bunch of cards don't exist. Trash Master isn't gonna be in the next standard. But I guess it's fun. Maybe this person's new and like all they have is the arena stuff. So can't be too mad. I'll make that block. So it's one or the other, huh? What is the white for? What is the white mana for? So this blows up artifacts. I think I'll do this just because I want them to blow up artifact. They want to sacrifice a goblin to blow up an artifact, I'm fine. Whatever. We got two of them. God, we take 9 this turn because that has haste. It sucks. It's going to make a difference. It's going to really make a difference. So Woodland Chasm, rather. Scavenger. Let's save this instant speeditude for when we need it. Here they come. Block. Inscription. Put the counters on the Scavenger. Alright. So we're at 2. They got a bunch of 1/1s and no cards in their hand. Can we do it? Yeah, let's make sure we can hold up Faceless Haven. And let's get in for 4. Cool. So 6 to 16 is much better. That's comfortable. We got this Faceless Haven ready. I think we can do this. Let's go. Let's go. Goblins had a really good start right there. It's like, I complain about the arena-only cards, but again, there are budget players out there. I understand that. There are also just people who are excited to play Goblins. So, when you play 2022, you just have to expect to play against Goblins every now and again. But, man, with the kind of start that they got, I really didn't think we were going to pull that off. But Nighthawk Scavenger to the rescue again, man. Nighthawk Scavenger is a good card. Also, we do go first, though. We can be happy about that. I'm going to Paladin turn 1. Kind of a tough choice between Paladin and Blight Blade. Yeah. Against a turn 1 Fury Column Snarl, I like Blight Blade here rather than Hold Up Inscription. Core Blade Master. Okay, it's the Equipment Warriors deck thing. That's neat. Let's get in. They can't block the Paladin. 2 counters on a guy. This is what I was saying. Sometimes just the 2 mana, 2 counters on a guy thing in combat is incredible. Getting a Blade Master off the field is great. It's another Blade Master. Because of course it is. Double strike doesn't occur in fights. That's Fynn. Fynn and get in. Got him a poison counter or 2 there. Yeah. Well, honestly, like the tempo looks good so far, but they still have a bunch of cards in their hand. Dancing Sword. Okay. Yeah, hopefully we've deprived them of creatures at this point. Let's power something up. I guess the Paladin. But I'm at 7. They potentially die next turn here. If they play a creature, we just binding it and then kill them. If they only play 1 creature, they're dead. Of course, if they play a small creature, then equip, well, that's it. Well, no, you get to equip the Dancing Sword. Yeah, so they will get a 1/1 guy. Of course, we could just come through with Faceless Haven. They block the Haven? Nah, it's not enough. Let's just kill this. God, that big boy is a 9/4. That is quite the boy. We get a 2/1, rather. It's alright. Block any of that stuff, still die. It's whatever. Man. Tempo from Inscription just went a long way in this game, guys. I'm telling you, just that 2+1/+1 counters mode is pretty sexy, like a lot of the time. All right, opponent gonna vomit their hand here. Oh no, they maul. Okay, cool, very cool. Yeah, they scoop it up. There's no way you can. Sorry, bud. We got the mana just to like pump something with Paladin. Like, it's doing okay. Hey, we go first again. Awesome, awesome. Maybe we can backload this video with go firsts. Blight Blade. Sure. Come on to the party, Blight Blade. Oh, BB. Put it on Simic. There's a layer of the Hydra. Innkeeper. Man, how many Prosperous Innkeepers are going to see tonight, bro? It's a lot. Inscription of Abundance. What do you have for a single mana? What is it? Snakeskin Veil? That's interesting. That interests me. I think I'll Sire. I was thinking about getting in and then inscriptioning the Blight Blade for the Innkeeper, but if they do have a Snakeskin Veil, that makes that play like way worse. It does get rid of their Veil. That's good. Another Innkeeper. Okay. Blight Blade is our draw. Let's play our land and then come on in. And see what we do from there. Let us have the shot. Boasting is always kind of difficult. Like, what do we want? Opponent doesn't have a whole lot of removal, so Fynn is actually okay here, I think. It's also Toski. Force some blocks. Another Scavenger is okay. It's really hard. I think I'll just take a Blizzard Brawl. That way, we can do more than one thing in a turn. Like, if we have to, we can Nighthawk, Scavenger, Blizzard Brawl, which is a sick combo, dude. It really is. That's been a good one a couple of times so far tonight. Because, like, it's like Blizzard Brawl gets even better because it gains you a bunch of life, you know? But Nighthawk Scavenger isn't great yet because they don't have a bunch of cards in their graveyard. Foretell an Epiphany. Probably. These ramp decks. They foretell another card. They really want these Innkeepers out. Why is that? Check it out. We're going to Binding. This is a really weird play line. Let's see if they counter it. Yeah, they use both. That's perfect! Perfect! That's what I wanted. Let's come with one Blightblade. That's great. That is the best possible result. So now they can't Epiphany or Coma this turn. Eureka moment. See if they have lands in their hand to drop. They're really touching on their Foretold card right now. I don't know why. I guess you might not be able to see that. Well, yeah, it's just up under the banner. All right, land. It was a haul. That's interesting. Everything interests me today. Yeah. So if they Coma, I need all the mana up from Inscription to kill the Coma. Or, second idea, is to race them with Nighthawk Scavenger, even if they can play Coma. However, I think holding up Inscription is still the right call. I really do. I guess we only really have to hold up Inscription for 2 mana. There's the Epiphany. Okay. They may not have the Coma yet. Yeah, gain your life. That's why you wanted to keep the Innkeepers around. You gain some life. Because that's what wins games of Magic. When it draws, I do have a Haven we kind of have to worry about. They don't do anything with it. Here come the Burbs. Baby. Here come the only sweetest thing in the world. Here they come. Alright. They figured it out. Opponent does have Haven and Lair and all that. Oh, it's a Cyclone Summoner. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Target player, that's me. Target a creature I control. Target Cyclone Summoner. I forgot I was supposed to expect Summoner in this game. Why didn't you attack with both birds if you're going to play? I don't know. Okay, so we got 2 Innkeepers to worry about up there, I guess. I don't know what your definition of worrying about things is, but I kind of do want to attack with Farragoth next turn. I don't think our life total is so important that we have to attack with Scavenger. It is a 3/3 now, though. Why was there a stick there? It was weird. Yeah, why is there a stick? Oh, maybe it's Lair of the Hydra. I don't know why I hadn't considered that. Quandrix Cultivator. Forgot to tap their Haven for it. But I guess they could still activate a Haven if they wanted, so. What else you got? Yep, they're going to play all the Innkeepers. You just can't resist, can you? I must have my life gain engine. So much more important than being able to block. Neverwinter Drag going all the way, aren't you, kid? Nice. I like it. They're back up to 22. Over here making fun of the life game. But it's working. It's working for him, you know? We got a Fynn and a Thieves tool, so we do not really care what life you get to, I guess. We can Blizzard Brawl. The Quandrix Cultivator. Yeah, just making sure we had enough snow sources for that, for that to work. We do. Opponent's like, why don't you get rid of my innkeepers? They're so good. Sorry, opponent. See what happens here. See if they triple block this Fynn or something. They won't. They do take the blocks though. They do not want poison counters. What's the one thing more important than Prosperous Innkeeper? Not getting poison counters. They go grab a land. They get their Innkeeper banged into. They are down to very few cards here, so what do we get to put it away, you know? Like, this is going to look weird, everybody. This is going to look so weird to each and every one of you, but I'm going to grab an inscription. That way we have an instant speed tool to kill a coma if they draw it. If they attack with Haven, I think I'll accept that. But if they attack with Hall... Ooh, an Imarith. Imarith is pretty good. Imarith is definitely something to worry about. Oh, I should have played the Bloodblade or something. I was going to draw the inscription, dummy. All right. All right. Well, yeah, I'm doing this. Here comes Haven. Okay. All right, so I'll put 2 +1/+1 counters on Fynn here. Really tough decisions in some of these games. I'm pretty sure it comes across as like long periods of silence, but I am thinking hard on some of these. See if they activate the Hall and swing in. They don't. You coming with Imarith though? Yes, they are. They want their cards. They get a bunch of them. Seeka's Chariot, that hurts. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have let him draw so many cards. Should have just played the Scavenger. Probably should have just come in with Vargoth. I bet that was the play last turn. Just come in with Vargoth and nothing else. Get a Scavenger. Tool up the Vargoth. Well, they can multi-block the Fynn, I guess, with all 3 of these creatures. No. No. Just give them a couple of poison counters. I want to try to engineer a turn where we give them a bunch of poison counters, but it's going to be a little tough. Gotta save creatures to block because they can get in for a bunch of damage if we mess up here. They got a lot of creature lands. Quandrous Cultivator. And hell, Hall is just 1 land. I mean, they've also got a lair, so they get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They get in for 10 with the lair. Even if we're not careful. If they come in with Imarith, I guess we have to block it. We don't want them to draw 3 cards again. They're looking. It's nice that Fynn is a 3/5, can block a Chariot if we needed to. Well, we might need it to. Cool board states on both sides here, by the way. Here comes the Hall. Scott Hall coming to the ring. All right. Well, let's see if this ends up being worth it. They copy the treasure token. Okay. Kill their land with the Blight Blade. Block the Chariot with the Fynn. And take 4. That should leave us with a halfway decent board state. I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with that. And we get a Blight Blade. I guess we Toski first, though. Yeah, we Toski. Toski Wartooth from Death Clock. And they scoop it. Let's go, baby. This deck is winning games, though. Not bad at all, dude.